Always people are that are gonna like want to get at you like for looking a certain way or being a certain way.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to the 4th episode of Tea with EDI.
I'm your host Genesis, and this is your host
Frida. This will be our last episode of the 2024-2025 year. And for this episode, we just kind of want to talk about what we did this year and just recap the year. There's a lot that's happened throughout this school year, so we just wanted to talk about our favorite moments and just share those with you guys. What was your favorite event that we did this year?
I think most definitely like Las Borracheras, just because it was like the biggest event, like, and that I was able to participate in. But I think them having like multiple events within like, what was it, like 3 days? Mm-hmm. I think that was very like special because we, like, a lot of us built a connection with not only with each other but just like with I don't know, at least for me, like I was able to go out more and participate in these events, and it was very special.
Yeah, I would also agree that Las Borracheras is probably one of my favorite. I really like that we were able to talk to them and ask them questions and know about who they are and where they come from and why they do what they do. I think that was really special that we were able to bring Las Borracheras to SOU. But I think that one thing about that event that I really liked was the fact that the kids came on campus. And you were with the kids, right, on that, like, it was a Thursday, and,
yeah.
And they came and they listened to them. What did you think about that?
I really liked it. It was really nice seeing the kids. It was nice seeing how, like, you know, they were all like Latin kids. They had Latin backgrounds, and seeing them, like, just, I mean, see the girls because they're also like Latin. They really got more like, they got to know more of their roots, and they were able to like make connections with them, and they were dancing, they had their hands up, and they were clapping when they were asked to, making the hand movements, you know.
Was it hard to deal with, like, what was it, like 200 kids in the recital?
You know, the thing is that it wasn't hard dealing with the kids. Mm-hmm. It was more dealing with the teachers.
Yeah.
It was dealing with the teachers just because they weren't really listening. Like, you would expect that from kids.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're really young kids. They're, I think, first grade, somewhere around there. No, they were fine. They were perfectly fine. They were well behaved. But I think it was mainly just miscommunication with the teachers. I think they really wanted to do their own thing and just sit anywhere. And it's like, I was provided with clear instructions to seat them perfectly in their rows, and so we could fill up all the seats, and they just weren't doing that.
Yeah.
So it was a mess, but we got it all figured out towards the end, and
yeah.
You know,
I would say that was kind of like the only chaos that we really had during that whole week of Las Borracheras being here. But I think that another event that is really similar that I really liked was Son de Cuba, and it was a little bit different because it was more of a dance, but the LSU, which we're both part of, we were able to sell food there and also enjoy the event and help set up and break down, and I thought that was really fun, and that one was in the fall, so having this one be in the spring and that one in the fall, there's like a big space so we can kind of spread them out, you know. But were you able to go to Son de Cuba?
I was not able to go to Son de Cuba. It was very like unfortunate, but I was still pretty new and I was trying to get familiar with everything. But how was your experience? How would you describe it?
It was a salsa group, mm-hmm. and I don't know how to dance salsa, but it was really fun to just be there and try to learn something. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like most of these events, you just go and you have fun. It's not really like you need to know exactly what they are, who they are, what to do. And I think that's what's really special about EDI events is like it's about inclusion and diversity and equity. So it's not about like excluding people or like, mm-hmm. Oh, you can't be part if you don't know this. So I think that was like the most special part about it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
How did you feel like just throughout the year of like this was your first year here? I mean, mine too. But how did you feel working here?
Honestly, that's something I did want to highlight was like the expectations versus reality. I don't know. I think it was like a lot different than what I expected. Mm-hmm. But like in the best way possible. Because honestly, I kind of thought it was going to be a little more like, I don't know, like I felt more like I had to be super professional, but everyone, it's more important to like build a connection and be, to be seen is basically what I'm trying to say. Is that's the most important part, is to be seen within the office, and building the connection even with like my coworkers. Like, they're amazing people, and just working with you guys, it's been great. Like, especially with, like, I got severe culture shock coming here. Like, it was crazy how like bad that culture shock was. And I think finding comfort in like at least people that come from my background and joining LSU has definitely made my experience a lot better. And because obviously like EDI works with like identity groups, I think that helped sort of my transition within working with the office.
Yeah.
But I mean, how would you describe yours?
I think that, I don't know, my favorite part was talking to people. So like when we had to do tabling for EDI and I got to meet people, or when Johnny would just introduce me to random people, I thought that was the most fun. Or even talking to like the NASU people down the hall. I think that was the most like meaningful part of the job. And just like, even the guaracheras, like we had so much time with them, like we learned their names. So I felt like that was definitely my favorite part from working here. Another thing that we did at EDI is we were able to bring a lot of professionals on campus, a lot of people from different backgrounds, from different universities, to have conversations here. People that that SOU people were really interested in listening to. And yeah, I know there was a couple conversations. Were you able to go to any?
I was not able to attend any, but one of I know someone who came, Dr. Paleta. Were you able to attend that?
Yes, I did. And that one was really interesting. I really liked that one because he was talking about the stereotypes and the names that Pacific Islanders have, and how they've received like the name Polynesian, and how they split the islands in 3 different categories, and they've named them based on how they look. But he's like, I thought his speech was really powerful because he explained how a lot of the islands are grouped together, even though they have very vast differences when it comes to culture. But then they're also separated because of how they look. But really, those islands also have so much in common. So it was just about like Pacific Islanders taking their power back, and and I learned so much because I had no idea how many islands were out there. But it was really interesting to see like a whole different side of the world that I just had never really encountered that much. But yeah, I really liked him. And there's actually quite a bit of people who attended that conversation. I know Dr. Sammy Shock came on campus, and I wasn't able to go to that one, but I heard it was really interesting as well.
Well, like, what was it like? Like the reason why they wanted to get her fired from her job, the whole like twerking contest with Lizzo. I think that was kind of ridiculous. But I like her point of view on that. It's like there's always people kind of dislike when they see someone comfortable in their own skin, and I really like that. Like Johnny was able to like emphasize that. She was someone, or like even showing us a video where she was like, I'm just comfortable in my skin. So I think that was pretty cool.
What is something that like you didn't see this year that you would want to see next year?
Ooh, that was a tough question. I don't know. I think hosting more events, like something like Las Guaracheras again would be really cool. But that was something we already did see.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe like more dances. I think that the salsa dance we had here was really, really popular. And maybe hosting like different types of dances. I didn't stay for the soul food dance. I went to the soul food night. You didn't go? Did you go to soul food night?
No, I did not.
No, soul food night was really. I thought it was really nice. The food was really good. I enjoyed the food. But just doing more stuff like that with like there's food and dance, I feel like would be really cool for like the students here. Because even the salsa night, that was only once, and then the guaracheras was more of a concert. So yeah.
I think one thing that just popped up in my head was having that open house. Because we did not do that. I know it was something that, we were thinking about it. And I think it'd be nice to open up the space and bring in people maybe we could.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know where we're at.
Yeah, that's
If you guys
true.
don't know where we're at Churchill 222.
Mm-hmm.
And people come here. I mean, I come here sometimes to do homework. So if you want to utilize this space, it's here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, other than that, I feel like it was a really successful year. We got a lot done. We have a lot on our plate. And we're doing the food truck day. So that's like our kind of end of the year thing, and that'll be next week. But yeah, it was a really busy year, and hopefully next year will be just as good.